There we fucking go. Oh my god. We forgot our lighting.
Oh, yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Welcome to the podcast, everybody. Back again.
Boom.
Same upgrades, new podcast.
We're fucking back. Holy fucking shit. Bro. How's your day today?
It was alright. Yeah, nothing special.
Just the same old day?
Yeah, nothing too much.
The fucking therapist lady asked me. She asked me the same questions about you every time.
Me?
Yeah.
About me?
Yeah, she's like, Chance is your roommate, right? Yeah. I fucking told you this 5 times now. And then she's like, how's that going? I'm like, I still don't argue with him. I still don't have problems with him. Like, everything's the same. Like, we met 2 weeks ago. What do you want me to say? My whole life fell apart? Like, I don't understand the point of meeting every 2 weeks. Unless you're in a severe state of, like, mental decline, I can understand that. But, like, a normal person just sentenced for drug court? Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Like, I smoked weed. Why am I here? She was hot as fuck, though.
Therapist putting you on?
Man.
You little
And
chubbed
guess
up
what?
in the therapy office? You little chubby?
No.
No chubs.
But
no chubs in the therapy confirmed.
we were talking about her husband, and her husband's like you. He has a bunch of cars. They live on an acreage.
Nice.
So he has a bunch of cars that are his project cars.
That's
And
pretty
she was talking about how he said she's not allowed to get any more animals until the baby comes.
But
and
he's getting cars.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
going to tell him no more cars till the baby comes.
That's facts.
Yeah. But
That's a compromise I don't want to make for a little while here.
yeah, I think about that, bro.
What?
Because, like, you got a girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
And obviously you guys don't like being separated, like, for such a vast distance and shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when you guys eventually do get a crib together and move in together, can I hit that after you? Thank you. I think about that constantly, like that home family life. I do want that, you know what I'm saying? I want a dog in my house. I want, like, a couple kids there, my wife, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That, like, picture of a family setting, that'd be so cool to have. You know what I'm saying? But when? Because that kind of scares me right now.
I don't know.
I want it bad.
The thing that sketches me out about my parents is that they were 21 when they had me. But now they are that life that you're talking about. Like, you've met them. You know that they're like that life and some. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, they figured it out. But in order to figure it out, you had a whole another full one, you motherfucker? Holy shit.
I poured the ones that you gave me into it.
Oh, golly. Yeah,
There's like 25 zins in
They
here.
had kids at the age we are. Like, you would have to get someone pregnant, decide to keep the baby now, and I would have to, like, be currently having a child in order to be following the same path that they took. But we're already off of their path by a ways, but, like, that's, like, the time frame.
But think about, what if we do the reverse? Because that's what's always in my head. Like, they kind of accidentally jumped into it. They had kids in a fast way. Like, obviously they made it work, and look how successful they became. That's amazing. Like, I was talking about the other day, your parents are literal superheroes, bro.
They're pretty cool,
You
yeah.
described their lives in a comic book fashion, bro. Those motherfuckers wearing capes and a fucking latex, or spandex. They're fucking
Don't hype
superheroes,
them up
bro.
too much, but
No, they
they're
are.
humans. They're humans.
Because their lives are pretty crazy. Humans' lives are crazy.
A lot of
That's
humans'
where
lives are
superhero
crazy.
shit comes
Yeah,
from.
Yeah.
But oh yeah. What if we do the opposite? Like, my thought in my brain, if I could prepare enough, if I can prepare enough financially, spiritually, mentally, physically to have a child and have a family. A certain point, because people are having kids later and later now, 30, 40. Like Bridget Fedesi, I know you don't watch her, but I watch her podcast, and she's cool. And her and her husband had decided, okay, we're okay with not having children, right? Because they were in their mid-40s, 45, something like that. So they just both decided they're going to be the cool uncle and aunt, you know what I'm saying? They're not going to have kids. As soon as they got back from that vacation, they found out they were pregnant. Like, it can happen at any time.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy. She was supposed to be going through menopause. The doctors told her she couldn't have kids now. But she had kids. That's what I'm saying. What if our bodies are starting to adapt and our brains are adapting because we can learn the information sooner. We could take children. If, like, you and I both have experience taking care of children. You took care of your sister a little bit. I've taken care of my nieces and nephew a little bit. So we have experience already. That's something, like, a normal kid our age really doesn't have. Unless they have younger siblings.
Yeah.
or nieces and nephews.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have much to add to that. Yeah, you're right.
I do have a comment though.
What's up?
I got two people that are probably gonna irritate you. The first one is the fucking receptionist at. I'm sorry, I was getting excited.
Yeah.
The fucking receptionist at Prairie Ridge, bro.
Okay. What's up with it?
This bitch overweight. She is terribly overweight. She has to walk down the hallway to a room about 2-3 doors down.
Out of breath.
That is she's out of breath sitting at the chair. I hear her like, I had to sit there for a while because she was with another client. You see that text I sent you? Look at it.
There's a lot of them. I saw a lot.
Oh yeah, that's what I want on my
phone. Which
phone.
one is it?
About the therapist. I'd send it to you on text.
Seeing other people behind my back.
Yeah, I said my therapist is cheating on me. She's seeing other clients behind my back.
They better let us wear earbuds in World War III. We need some good bumps on it. I'm fighting God America for I'm running law.
These are actual fucking texts. This is what my brain comes up with. Bro, would it not be awesome? Think about it. You pop an earbud in, you get the fuck up, you gotta go kill some Iraqi soldiers.
Like, all 80 of your boys are riding in a tank and you're just bumping some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, it would change the game.
It'd be pretty badass.
They didn't have music back then like we do now because they couldn't pop an earbud in.
Yeah.
But you got a phone, you got earbud, you're on you're on a little bit of woo!
That's like warfare, like where you don't have to be sneaky though. The moment you gotta be like stealthy a little bit, or you don't want to be like let them know where you are, you gotta take the earbuds out to hear where you're at.
That too, yeah, you're right.
There's no earbuds in SEAL teams. They're not bumping music while they're clearing rooms, you know.
I understand what you're saying, and I completely agree. I'm just getting excited, and that's why I said listen. So, for that, we're going full-fledged war. Mm-hmm. You're on some fucking amphetamines. You're going crazy. This is America. But when we're in special ops mode, you throw the mushies in. You get extra sensitive. You start feeling this shit around you. You're like, okay, we gotta be super fucking quiet, guys. Because the sounds become
You hear a guy 3 rooms down and fucking wall banging. Yeah.
Boom! Boom! Bro, it made us better hunters and shit.
Yeah, true. Doubled the brain size in like 200,000 years or something like that.
Yeah, but I wanted to send you text messages about this chick, but I'm like, I already texted Terrence way too much already today.
Could, yeah.
I fucking spammed your phone today because there's just nothing better to do at work. That's why I left early. I'm going to tell Marty tomorrow. I'll be like, listen, I finished all my work for 2 days. Not just 1 day, 2 days. I called in yesterday. And I did that because I knew there wasn't going to be work. And now there's still enough work for me to just be busy half a day. And you're telling me I got to work till 3:30. No. How about no?
How about no?
Because they were telling us last week that we're done working these 8-hour or 9-hour days.
Back to 8 or?
Yeah, that's why I went up. Yeah, exactly. And that's why I went up to Dale this morning. I was like, we're working 8-hour days again, right? And he's like, yeah. And then I'm thinking all day. 2:30, bro. 2:30. I'm excited. I get to run before the therapy thing. I get to go and meet with her after I shower. It'll be nice. And then 2:30 rolls around. I'm fucking dicking around for the last 3 hours because I don't have shit to do. So I've been on my phone texting you. That's why I texted you so much and shit, because I see shit and then I'm just like, oh, let's text Chance this. I don't know why. It's just an impulse. But I was at the time clock and Dale comes up to me. You know how he walks.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fucking hunched over. He's like,
Biden's actually pretty good if you really think about it.
He's like, clocking out early? I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, we're staying till 3:30 today. I was like, you said 2:30. He's like, nope, 3:30. I was like, why the fuck didn't you tell me that sooner? And then I got super, like, I got legitimately mad. I haven't gotten mad like that in a minute, bro. But I went back to my area because I'm like, I'm holding 2 IDs in my head. Do I fucking leave early and take the L for that hour because it's going to count against me? Or do I fucking stay and piddle around and do their stupid shit and be mad the whole time because I thought I was getting off? And then if I got off at 3:30, I have to go fucking right to the therapy lady. I wouldn't have time to do shit. And I'm like, Dale, I'm fucking leaving. Because he asked me if I was leaving early. So I'm like, yeah, I'm leaving early. I was like, is Marty still here? No, I'm still leaving early.
Yeah.
I'll talk to him tomorrow.
That was always nice walking out when Marty was walking out. I would always be like, yeah.
That is pimp shit.
Because at 1:30, nobody else is leaving. But I'm leaving, bro.
I got food in my teeth. I hate that shit.
Yeah.
That is pimp shit. I didn't even think about that.
When you get off at 1:30, shit's different. Because you got, like, the whole night to do shit. But you get tired at, like, 7.
It's only like half the day that you're,
Yeah, stop hitting the fucking table. Bro.
Sorry. It's only like half the day that you're putting into work. Then the other half you got to yourself.
Yeah, it's still 9 hours. Well,
yeah, that's the thing.
The other half of sunlight, yes, but like you get tired like when the sun is going down.
That's true.
Yeah,
Which is kind of good too.
Before it gets up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you beat the sun.
Ideally, you'd want a job that like maximizes your amount of free time and potential for making money. You know what I'm saying? I'm just throwing ideas out there.
Definitely.
That's what I'm
the
thinking,
goal in
right?
A lot of shit. Yeah.
That would be a good job to have.
A job that you actually enjoy.
Not just that, but it maximizes your... Yeah, I guess, yeah. Because maximizing your free time is enjoying.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I think this would be so cool. Regardless if it takes off or not, bro. I like doing this with you. I like sitting here talking to you.
Yeah.
But it would be so cool to do this as a job. Imagine if we were getting paid to do this.
Yeah.
Like, obviously we're not, but it's
cool.
a cool dream. That's why I'm holding on to it. I'm not going to let go of it. Because I think too many people give up on their dreams.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Because what if, like, one day we just stopped posting and then the next day we were going to blow up? Could you imagine? We just gave up. Because that's how a lot of stories go. People just give up. And then, like, I think there was, I listened to a podcast. I don't remember who the person was, but this guy, his mom he told his mom he's going to LA. He's going to try to make it as a comedian. And so he told his mom that if he did, or his mom said, I'm not going to tell you not to follow your dreams, but if you do go bankrupt and shit, you can only call me one time. And he called his mom, like after a long time, obviously. He called his mom and he's like, Mom, I can't do this shit no more. And he was about to give up and his mom's like, nah, keep trying a little bit longer. And that's like a little bit after his mom told him that, he blew the fuck up.
Nice.
Like, fame's weird. And I'm not even after the fame. I just want to be able to help people with money. Because money can do so many good things.
Yeah.
It can also torture you. And
exactly, like worrying about car repairs and shit like that.
That's why it tortures you.
Oh, I gotta check. I guess this whole thing is basically what I gotta pay to get my fucking truck working.
You're like, I just worked the whole week and that's all gone.
Yeah, now it's axles.
But then you hear like successful people, they get to a certain amount of wealth and it's like, it's just like anything else.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
if all those Zyn packets were full, we wouldn't worry about Zyns.
It's just a tool.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't like getting tormented by money. Is like one of my bigger stressors.
It's like the only thing that stresses me out, really.
Yeah, I think it's like most of what stresses a lot of people out, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably what like pushes people to do a lot of different things.
Yeah, people rob stores.
Yeah. You're right. They shoot people. They fucking do all kinds of crazy shit for money.
Yeah, people rob.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I ever told you this, but the path I was on before, like, I found shrooms and shit, allegedly. Allegedly. But the path I was on, I started to think one day as I was doing a podcast, because I'm like, I don't understand how these elites go after money, and that's all they care about, and they destroy people's lives and shit. And then I started genuinely thinking about it after I said that while I was doing the podcast, and it made me realize I was on the same fucking path, bro. I wanted money. I wanted to be rich. And I was going to do anything in my fucking power to be rich. And if you were willing to do anything, you're willing to stomp over anybody.
Yeah.
Because especially in this kind of society, because they make us seem like it's just you against everybody else. But we're all working together in a sort of way. Mm-hmm. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. It's free. There's no like rule book to it or like guidebook to it. Like everybody's got to figure it out.
What do you think that would be?
Like a guidebook to it?
Yeah, for example, your life. Like if somebody could give you a guidebook to being Chance Nielsen, what do you think they would have to give you?
Yeah, you couldn't though, because I didn't have one for my life. So you couldn't become me with a guidebook. Like, if you would have just been like, all right, this is what I gotta do, this is what I gotta do, then I wouldn't be me, because I'd be just following
It's
instructions.
kind of like Joe Rogan's thing about going back in time because
It don't work.
yeah, because you're still dealing with the same. It's like us now, basically. We have all these ideas like stop smoking so much, stop doing this so much, stop doing all this shit so much. But we kind of like fall into the trap of our own mind. Yeah, you might know what your future self was gonna be able to accomplish, but you still fell in the trap of your mind. Because maybe you're like, oh, I can sleep in today because I'm gonna accomplish something then. It's kind of detrimental to know your future. Because if you do succeed, then you're going to be like, oh, I could just rest. I already know I'm going to succeed. You're just going to give up right then and there. But what if you have to fucking grind for like 40 years straight just to get to that fucking success?
Yeah, I guess that's like the real instruction book. Is like,
Just grind.
Be prepared to be lucky and be prepared to grind for forever. Yeah.
Look what your parents did.
Yeah. We ran out of mixers, folks. I straight biscuit on that hoe.
That's the only reason I grind so hard, bro.
Yeah?
And it ain't-
Other guys?
Whoa. Let's not talk about what you do in your spare time.
Nope, that was you. Don't put my fucking name in your mouth.
But it's not even to flex or nothing. Like, I just grind because I need to maximize every like chance I have.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it scares me. The thought of not succeeding scares the shit out of me.
Yeah. But
And I know-
you gotta not succeed to succeed. Yeah.
The only reason I say that is because I know a lot of people our age probably think that.
Dude, Dale.
Dale
No,
probably.
he doesn't think that, but like Dale's an example of like what happens when you don't think that.
That's true because he's just content. I think about that all the time, bro. I think most people.
They get beaten down so much that they just accept
All right.
a certain level of like. No.
No. Let's take the mental disorder aspect out of it. Let's say we are happy all the time. We are loving creatures all the time, right? Because everybody always says that. You look at kids, that's how they are.
Yeah.
So, if you the only reason I was thinking and like reacted that way is because when I watch people hard. I'm like a fucking stalker almost to everybody. I just study. It's weird to say, but I like watch people as if they're like lab experiments and shit. I'm just watching. Because I'm a scientist in my brain. I've been studying science since I was a child. And I want to be a scientist. But like, to my brain, I feel like we've just got so accustomed to lining. You know how I said before that we line dopamine up throughout the day?
Yeah.
That's what it looks like to me. Because when I watch people at Bago and shit, they're just eating throughout the day. They're just on their phones throughout the day, which I'm not talking shit because I do the same stuff.
Yeah.
But
they don't got the stuff that you got where you're like, this is a dopamine hit that I'm feeding my brain.
exactly. They don't have the
that.
knowledge to explain what the fuck's going on in their brain. They're just like, oh, this makes me feel good, and I'm going to do it when I get home.
Yeah.
I'm going to eat a lot, and then I'm going to watch TV, and then I'm going to fucking sit on the couch because this all feels good. And that's all they're thinking because that's what motivates them. It's just a motivation chemical.
Good feeling, yeah.
That's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. The
Your brain
weird
kinda-
thing about motivation is you have to do things to become motivated.
Yeah, but
It doesn't just happen to you. You don't just like get motivated. Something you did happens, and then you get motivated. Like for me sometimes it's like you start a drawing and you're like, oh shit, I actually nailed that. I could actually turn this shit into something. And then boom, you're drawing for 4 hours. But like you have to have that first like, ooh, this is something. Like your brain has to be like, this is like a good amount of dopamine.
I got a running example for that.
Yeah.
I've listened to Huberman, and he talks about if you put like little checkpoints, like say you've got like a mile between you and a stop sign. If you like focus all your attention and you stare at that stop sign while you're running, obviously be aware of like where you're stepping and shit, but you just focus on that stop sign and you're like, that's the checkpoint. Once you get to that stop sign, you'll get a dopamine rush. And then you'll keep going. Because if you just set little checkpoints, that's kind of what you're saying. Is like you just, oh, I got into a checkpoint. The drawing looks good. I've never gotten to that checkpoint. That's why I don't like drawing. We're basically saying the
But you've
same
gotten
thing. It's just
to it
opposite
in-
experiences.
You've had to gotten to it in other things though, other than drawing.
Oh, for sure, other things.
Like what?
But for drawing, probably welding. I know I'm good with blueprints and shit. Now, that's what I told your girl actually. Is that I've got all these skills that are like on the physical realm and good trade skills. I know how to operate forklifts. I know how to weld. You know what I'm saying? I know electrician work, like basic electricity. I know construction. I know like all these things to where you could build things. And I think what I need to do now, that's why I was telling you I want to learn like piano and learn how to draw and do all this other shit. I think because
You need a creative aspect, you're thinking?
well, yeah. Well, the thing is, these things are creative, right? Welding and all this other shit can be creative, right? But to a certain point, our human brains and all this shit that we've done to this world, we put a structure around it. Like I just said, there's a blueprint to follow.
Yeah, like
you have to put it together
exactly.
a certain way.
That's what I was
With
gonna
drawing,
say, yeah.
piano, all that shit, you don't have to
cool.
structure it in a certain way. I think I need a piano, bro. Me and your girl were talking about
You
that.
want a piano? She's
I'm
trying to
gonna-
convince you she's getting a piano. Now she's trying to convince you.
She was gonna give me her piano, but I told her
No
not
way.
because I want to buy mine. But she told me she'd lend me it if I was serious about it. And I'm dead ass serious. Like after I didn't almost.
Don't
but
take her piano. She's also.
No, I'm not
she's
going
gonna
to.
like her piano. Yeah.
I'm gonna get my own. But after I thought I was dying on those shrooms, bro, I realized I need to learn skills.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, it didn't happen.
dying.
It was a dream I had last night.
You're like, fuck, I need to get a piano. What the fuck am I doing?
Because you keep telling me I need to stop thinking about Maddie, all this shit, right? I don't admire Maddie as a person. Well, that sounded terrible coming out. I admire her as a person for her skills.
It didn't.
I admire her for her skills, is what I'm saying. That's why it keeps coming back in my brain. She
Yeah.
could play piano, she
Even
could
you
draw,
second
she could do
guessing
this,
it is
do
like
that.
it really didn't.
Well, I didn't want to say it like that because it sounded rude.
But who cares?
I care. Because I don't want to talk shit about anybody.
You're not talking shit to be like, I don't idolize this person. It's not talking shit. That's just stating like your opinion on something.
Well, that's not the way I thought it in my brain.
If you're like, fuck this guy, or like, I don't.
That's
like
what it
this person.
sounded like in my
Okay,
brain.
that's not what it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I just admire her skills because she could do a lot as a young person. And I think that my brain's like, well, if she can do it, why can't I? And then I think it was kind of a little bit of a jealousy aspect, to be honest.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I was putting her down
You were trying
all
to
the time.
prove to her things, and she wasn't around or talking to you. You were trying to do things to prove that you were like worthy of some sort of shit, or like, Maddie said I couldn't do this, so I'm glad I did it.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. I don't feel that way. I'm saying that was kind of the thought in my brain that I think that's why it was stuck in my head. I wasn't consciously thinking what you just said, although it might be that. I wasn't consciously thinking that. I think that she's just stuck in my head because everything that like leads me back to it is like skills or like knowledge or something like I admired about said person. It's either a skill I could gather or some knowledge I could gather or
Something
it's
interesting.
something I would look for in another person. And I think that what I'm looking for in another person is to be humbled. You know what I'm saying? Because that's why you and I are friends. You humble me all the fucking time. You're smart as shit, even though you don't give yourself the credit for it. But it's so hard to find a woman that can humble you. Because a lot of them, I'm not saying they're dumb, but a lot of them, I think the government has dumbed the population down, if that's how I'm going to say it. Sorry. I just wanted to finish my sentence. I'm sorry.
It's hard to find a woman that'll humble you and you won't take it to like heart and be like, you're fucking wrong. I'm not listening to you. What do you don't know anything.
That's how I used to be, but I want to be now.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's good for me to be humbled.
Yeah. Yeah.
I need to be. I want to be.
It's good for everybody. It just like, it does suck to be like humbled.
It sucks bad.
Yeah. But once you realize that, you're like, yeah. And then the main thing that you don't realize is that you're just scared of the person not forgiving you for not being humble.
Mm-hmm.
But
You're scared of whatever.
In reality, everybody's gonna forgive you for it because everybody did that shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they know how to do it.
The reason I think about this is because of Joe Rogan's thing that you can tell when somebody's faking humility. I just want to be humbled all the time.
Yeah. Like when someone's too nice to you.
Yeah, because I know I was faking it before. When I
like
first started mushrooms, I was faking it.
Waiters
Sorry. I was faking it for sure, and I think Maddie could tell. Because that's what I think about, too, is like...
That's almost more disgusting.
I was around
too,
her most of the time, and
then it's like a lie. Then it's like, now I can't believe anything nice you do because you're putting on this fake shit.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you're humble.
Well, I think that the reason I think about her, too, is because that's the only perspective I have, because I was around her so much.
That's probably true.
It's the only perspective I have of what I was doing.
Yeah.
Because I can't, like, understand what I was doing. Well, I can from my own perspective.
Do you think you just need time then?
And I think I'm already working through it.
Okay.
These last few times of us dicking around, I'll say. I'm not gonna say what we've been doing.
I ain't been doing nothing.
It's not some gay shit. It's not some gay shit.
What have we been doing? What are you talking about? Just the multiple affairs you've had? Oh. No, dude. We
don't do any of that stuff.
That's literally...
But I think it's helping me work through it.
Mom, that's literally a UFO.
It's a fucking dildo.
You ruined it.
Fuck.
Nah. We're going to jail, bro.
Flip the table.
We're fucked.
Nah, but I think they're helping me work through it for sure.
Currently, you think? Like, the
Yeah.
shit we've been...
Yeah.
Allegedly.
You just talking to you about it helps me a lot, bro.
Yeah, I've been trying to.
'Cause I held it in.
Not like outwardly, like, that's not my intention, but when you say some shit, I genuinely listen to it and try and be like... Not like, how can I help you? But like...
What would you think? If you were
Yeah,
in that
like I put
situation?
myself in your shoes, like...
That's how I think with your brain.
I do my point of view, my biased point of view. Then I'm like, what if I was him? And then I'm like, what if I just was like seeing it from a sidewalk? Like almost three perspectives I try and go through.
I feel like
obviously it's kind of skewed because I am just me, but
I feel like we're each other's therapist almost.
Yeah, to a certain extent. Sorry, the screwball's catching up to me.
No, you're all right.
You kind of have to be, right? Like, aren't most people's like best friends also like the person that they vent to?
I would hope so.
The therapist, yeah. I
would
guess
hope
if
so.
it's not, you got to check each other and see how they're doing. And shit.
Because that's what I'm thinking is most friendships aren't like ours.
Yeah, if it's like, dude, I can't base like level 2 friendships.
Well, what I'm saying is that a lot of friendships they just tell each other what they're doing right. We don't just tell each other what we're doing right. When we're fucking up, we're the one. Okay, if I'm fucking up or you're fucking up, we're the first ones to tell each other, like, knock that shit off.
And if
what are you doing?
Yeah, and if it ain't that way, then it's bullshit.
Exactly.
It's been bullshit.
That's what I'm wondering is, like, how many people have friends that actually tell them what's up? And if they do have those friends, can you handle it? Or is that why we hate each other now? Is because people just can't handle having to fix themselves?
A lot of people can't handle it. Not even fix themselves, but, like...
Criticism?
Trying to go, like, the anxiety about trying to go about calling somebody out.
That would make sense because we're behind a screen all the time.
Yeah, that's true. Do you think that's the only factor in it?
Mm.
It's probably everything. It's probably how you grew up, how your school was.
It's just because we don't communicate, really. Schools, maybe that's why people...
I guess we do, because we're both like, fuck the phones, fuck all this shit, like...
I'm going to take this off, actually.
Nature and whatnot.
Kind of annoys the shit out of me sometimes. I don't know why I wear it.
Yeah.
But, maybe that's why people look back on high school and school in general so much throughout their life is because that's like the peak of you socializing. Like after that, you're really just working and not really talking to anybody.
Alone.
Yeah, you're by yourself.
Welcome.
It's like when you lived bro. I can't imagine that.
Welcome.
I think about that. Like,
Welcome.
what if I lived here by myself? Fuck that.
Welcome to the darkness.
It'd be fine for like a month or two, but then I'd be like, I need a dog or something, and they won't even let me have that.
You merely adopted the dog. I was born in it. Yeah, no, I don't know. I was an only child for like 10 years too.
And that also makes sense why you would invite me over so much. Because I was antisocial as fuck.
I was dying out here for real. I was calling my dad and being like, bro, like, I was sad, man. I was like, I'm alone. There's days I didn't
even know that.
There's days I wouldn't talk. Because, like, you don't really need to talk at the meetings. Especially our meetings downstairs. There's 3 guys.
Yeah, and then you're just by yourself
and
all
I'm
day.
just welding. Lunch,
God,
I'm
bro.
going to my car. I'm coming back. Same meeting. Somebody talks. Nod my head. Grab earplugs. Go back to it. I'm home. I don't live with anybody. I'm still not talking. Now I'm just watching YouTube videos. Wake up in the morning and repeat.
That is so sad.
Yeah, but it got to a certain point where I was, like, I'm doing what you were doing now, where I start talking to people. And start cracking jokes.
Yeah, but what I'm saying... I'm
still,
thinking...
you get home and there's nothing.
I'm not saying it's sad that you live that way. I'm thinking about it from my perspective. Because I used to be so antisocial. Even with you, I was like, I don't want to go over all the way to Forest City. You know how I was.
Yeah.
And now thinking about knowing you were sad and shit, that just kind of hurts me. Because I'm like, I didn't know he was sad and shit. Because to me, I'm just like, nah, I like being by myself. I like doing my own thing.
I tried to hang out with, like, my cousins and shit. They just don't, like, want to hang out.
Even if you do, it's different.
Yeah.
Because most people are, like, basic.
I don't
know. I don't even know how to describe it.
I don't know. I can't crack jokes around them. Like, with you, I'm not really reserved on any topic.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do you think reason we listen to these comedians and these podcasters and shit we do is because they have Corvette engines in their head. Because we obviously have a faster brain than most people. Me speaking from my own personal view, because I don't want to like push our egos up or nothing. I'm not trying to hype us up. Like, we're fucking basic motherfuckers. Yeah. But in our heads, we're hyped up.
Yeah, they're all like Corvette engines, but they work in different ways. Like Theo Von's is like sneaky. Like, it'll catch you on the back end. Like, it's a Corvette with a big turbo. Mm-hmm. It takes forever to spool up, but once you're up in those RPMs, it starts fucking flying.
You think we gotta be more patient with people?
Yes, everybody's got to be more patient. This goes back to the thing I was asking you on the last podcast. Like, how do I be more kind about, like, trying to go about calling you out on something?
Oh, are you... Okay, see, I took it just me. We should talk about anybody.
Yeah.
Like, in a general way. How the fuck? Let me think about that.
How do we be more kind?
It's kind of hard
like,
because...
as humans... Like, are you thinking as we as humans, or as
I'm just thinking about, like, you're talking to somebody, like, say, at a job or just on the street or something. You just start in a conversation with some guy.
It's kind of like
you get into a disagreement.
It's like a power struggle.
Yeah, because I'm thinking, like, the last time I got into it with Dale. Yeah, I know, like, fuck, I don't like talking about myself and shit, because I feel like...
I like hearing it.
I know, I don't want people to think I'm hyping myself up. That's why I keep saying this shit. Okay. But... I know I'm smart, and I know things. I know certain things, obviously. So if somebody says something and I know it's wrong, then I want to challenge them.
You're educated in the topic that's being discussed.
Exactly. It's just a rational thing to do. Exactly. But when you try to do something like that, they don't like it usually.
Yeah,
and like that's what I think you're saying.
Wrong speech with right speech. You're no longer correcting that. Speech with speech, you're like trying to correct the person because the person attaches to those ideas.
It's almost as if you're stabbing them.
Yeah, if that person attacks your ideas, now all of a sudden those ideas are you. So now you two are in a fight. When in reality, you just got to look at the words you're saying and be like, which one is right?
It really is like a mental battle, isn't it? It's like a mental war.
Yeah, you got to step back from it.
Holy shit!
A lot of people can't step back and be like, okay, that's what I said. This is what he said. This is what I believe is right because of this. This is what he believes right is because of this. Which one of these is right? Nobody can like step back and be like, oh, that one's clearly right, or like that one's clearly right. Especially now, nobody wants to get their feelings hurt or nothing like that. Like, God forbid. I think that's where a lot of social anxiety comes from. Nobody even goes into those topics where they're like, we have to come to an agreement of some sort because we're having a disagreement, whether it's like an argument or like a civil, like, do you like that car? No, I don't like that car. It's got this, and this. Well, I like that car because it's got this. Like, it's simple shit like that. Or, like, legitimate arguments. No, like, I shouldn't say nobody, but, like, a lot of people are lacking that part where they're like, I gotta stand back and look at this. Like, I am not my opinions.
Jocko says, you know Jocko Willink.
Jocko Willink.
He says that,
good.
When he was in SEAL training.
Good.
When he was in SEAL training, and I think about this constantly, because I used to listen to his podcast a lot. I ain't going to try to goat like I do now. I haven't listened to him in a while.
Echo.
But when he was in SEAL training, he had a tendency to stop, and he developed like a mindset and like a tool to help everybody else. When you're in a high-stress environment, you take a step back, because that's what he would do. Like, when there's an example of, like, people were supposed to figure out what was wrong with a gun or some shit. You know, I don't remember the exact situation.
Like a jam or something?
Yeah, there was something wrong with the gun, and you needed to figure it out. And everybody was, like, crowded around this gun, looking at it, and just trying to figure it out. And, like, everybody's just involved in the situation, you know what I'm saying? Jocko decides to take a step back and, like, look around. Because when you are in a high-stress environment, your field of vision is focused. You know what I'm saying? Your tunnel vision.
I do this shit daily at work.
Exactly. So you got to step back and you got to look around to expand your field of vision and expand your mind to think in a more rational, reasonable way of thinking. And that's what he says all the time. Take a step back and assess your surroundings and then make a decision. He's like, Navy SEALs are smart as fuck. Isn't that smart?
I'm probably going to do it at work, like, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because we all, like, today we fucked up, like, 2 cars. Or, like, one car we could not figure out what's wrong, and the other one we could not bleed this clutch.
Because you get mad about it, and then you're
like... So, like, 4 of us started crowding around and start all trying to work on it and shit. And we're all just getting frustrated because it's not working.
And then
we're like, fuck this one. We'll go to the other one. And meantime, one guy takes it, drives it, comes back, still not working. So we're like, fuck. Go to this other one. Can't figure out what's wrong with it for like the life of us. We're all getting frustrated with it, and then like Craig eventually leaves. I break off in the office, take phone call or some shit like that.
How often is the boss usually there?
Most days.
Most days.
Most days leaves a little like a little before 5. Like he leaves at like 3.
Okay.
Most days. Some days we're doing good. He stays. Sometimes we're doing real bad, and he leaves real early.
Do you think there's certain situations where there's too many cooks in the kitchen?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Is
Okay.
like
That's what I was
I'm gonna
wondering.
be like, hey, we all gotta like chill and take a step back and like think about it without like really looking at it. Just think about it.
I don't want to like start flexing or nothing, but I think I'm getting better at talking. 'Cause
Definitely, dude.
I definitely interrupt you too much, but
No,
when
you're
I just sit here and listen to your full, complete thought, and then I'm just in the present moment right now. I think is what
I
I'm
know.
trying to say.
We're locked in.
We're locked the fuck in.
Thanks to the plants that grow out of the earth, that thou shalt not be named.
I've never looked made eye contact with somebody so much before. It's kind of weird.
Stop, dude.
You almost have to though,
Yeah.
because if you focus on anything else, you're kind of just like everywhere else, you know. Because if I look you in the eye, then I know. Oh,
I look away when I'm thinking. That's like one of my problems.
for sure. I feel like it's good to just look off into space. My interpretation of that is that your brain's trying. If you're always looking at new things, then your brain is trying to assess what these things are, right? Like if you're just scanning the room or something, right? But if you just like, you know how I just like stare off into space sometimes. Like I don't make that face, but I'll just be like, because I think what happens, and I don't know, I can't prove it with science, bro. I talked about this on the other podcast.
You get locked in your head.
No, I think that your vision is focused on one thing, so your vision decides, oh, this isn't important anymore, and so you go inside.
That's what I'm saying. You get locked.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
your
yeah.
head.
But I also said this, and I want you to be on my team with this. So before I even say it, you got to lock in with me.
It's
not a
You
bad
want me to
thing.
claim bias already?
It's not a bad thing. If we ever get successful, bro, we get a lab. We hire a bunch of fucking top-notch scientists, right? We just start studying a bunch of random shit. Because I always think of a bunch of shit like, oh, what if this happened? And nobody fucking tests
How
it. You
fast
can't
can-
look. That's what I'm saying. Like, how fast can a goddamn golf ball fly through a shoe?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, like some weird.
Nobody
shit.
has the money for this shit. I want to be like
Yeah.
Elon. He's just like a fucking funny
around.
billionaire. He bought
Let's build
Twitter
some-
for an retarded amount of money.
Yeah. Send a rocket to the fucking Mars.
And he made it look like a dick because he likes space
and
balls.
make it come back and land.
Bro, that is baller as fuck, actually.
It is kind of cool. Yeah.
Have you seen him?
like land?
Land,
again?
yeah.
yeah.
It's insane, actually, because
Yeah.
no rocket has
Have you
been
seen
able to
them
do
the
that.
flip and then land?
Yeah, isn't it insane?
Now they're doing tricks and shit. They're like, all right, hit a backflip. All right, now
I've never seen that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know if it was like a tactical backflip, like they were like, we got to do a backflip to zero out the axis and come back, or if it was just like, fucking show the people what we can do, backflip.
There's never been a rocket that landed before, really?
No, I don't think
Like,
so.
they always fucking have, like,
a
a...
reusable one. They've
Yeah.
landed, they've come back, but not like not where
Not
you can
like
just be
where you
go
can
back.
fly them back
Yeah.
up. Yeah. Because usually it's like an extension of the rocket, and they fly into the water
He's
or
like
some
the-
shit. The
he's-
people gotta crawl out of
Yeah.
the goddamn thing.
If you really think about it long term, he's like the pioneer into asteroid mining, because he's like, how can we send a vehicle back and forth like efficiently to get asteroids and shit.
That's smart.
He's trying to seed life on Mars, which is also his goal.
I haven't
But, like,
even heard about fucking.
once you can, it's basically a car at that point. If you can just be like, all right, boom, there's $1 trillion. As long as we can get back and forth, we got $1 trillion.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of smart. It's a good investment. It's definitely a good investment.
Yeah, well, he's almost investing in the future because it's not going to be him that like is mining asteroids and shit.
That's what kind of worries me. You ever think about that? Like when Rogie goes and when Elon goes, all these people go. Who the fuck's gonna inherit all this shit?
Someone will come up.
And hopefully there's someone good.
Yeah.
Chance
There's
Nielsen better
always someone
fucking
good.
save us all. You're
There's
gonna fucking inherit all these big companies, Chance, and you're gonna save us all from
No!
doom. You
How
have
about
to.
no?
You're gonna be the president of the United States, and you're gonna be everything. You're everything, Chance
They're gonna
Nielsen.
find some stuff, and then I gotta like it.
I looked at this porn a little while back, and it was some pretty wild shit. There was a snake involved.
Hey,
I'm just speaking from experience. I'm about to go grab some more biscuit.
Jesus. All right, back to Nazis in Antarctica. You guys look up New Swabenland while I was gone, or what? Huh?
You want me to bring the bottle?
It might be New Swabia. No, I'm chilling.
I'm
New Schwabenland. You're out of your fucking mind. Ooh, come on, focus. Yeah. It is at the Southern Ocean. Let me see here. Did you fucking put more in my... Holy shit!
No.
You filled that hoe up.
I didn't do anything. I got the next bottle. Next bottle on me.
New Swabia was disputed Antarctica claim by Nazi Germany within the Norwegian territorial claim of Queen Maud Land and is now a cartographic name sometimes given to an area of Antarctica between 20 degrees east and 10 degrees west. New Swabia was explored by Germany in the early 1939 and named after the expedition ship. Yeah, but I want to look into the NSA no-fly zone in New Swabia. The protocol prohibits commercial mining and protects vulnerable areas, animals, and plants. That's why no one's allowed to go there.
In New Swabia?
No, in Antarctica. Like,
what's New Swabia?
That is...
Can you hear me back here?
The Nazi... Yeah.
Really?
That is... Yeah, it's not bad. I'm a little loud, but this probably is good.
Nah, I'll scoot up.
Alright, there you go.
I just like stretching my legs.
Because remember when you're in front of it... Hold on. Go back to the thing. Now talk. Yeah, it's probably better.
Nah, I'll just sit up here. I should sit up straight anyway.
Shit up straight.
Pussy ass back.
I shit right up straight, bruh. I shit hella straight.
What else do we talk about? Oh yeah, I was gonna bring up another example of somebody you might get mad at.
I'm gonna get fucking mad.
So I don't know if my sister watches this shit anymore.
I'm already mad. Pickle Ranch, motherfucker. Shut up.
Oh my god, so I told you about her last insurance problem, right? About how she just needed to get an... Okay.
The exact same
you
problem.
You want to know about another problem she had today?
The problem that you're almost out of because you've been being an adult that she's not when she's 40 years old.
Think about this, all right? And I ain't even trying to talk shit, but this is just an example of what my siblings are like. She locks her keys in her trunk today, right?
Nice.
She sends me like 3 videos complaining about it. Says that it costs $75 to get it out. And then says that luckily, at the end of the video, she's like, luckily my boss is cool as fucking paid for the $75. So in reality, she just had to deal with the emotions of being stressed out. She didn't have to deal with the problem at hand.
Yeah, not at
That's exactly what I was thinking in my brain. I'm like, oh, so you just didn't have to deal with the problem. Why the fuck are you sending me this?
You were just stressed out and wasted 2 minutes of my time.
Exactly. What the fuck is wrong with people? What the fuck is wrong with people, Chance?
I don't know. There's a lot.
They're mad about feelings. It's a fucking human thing. We all feel.
It doesn't exist. It's a feeling. Feelings aren't facts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why are so many people caught up on that shit?
Because they exist, like, physically. Like, spiritually, they exist. God damn, boy.
What? There's nothing in there.
Yeah, because you drank all of it. Look at the frost, motherfucker. That's what I was looking at.
That's from yesterday.
Never mind.
Chance is trying to call me an alcoholic, but listen. I only drank a whiskey bottle a night. And that's nothing. I'm just kidding.
Listen, you son of a bitch.
No, I get caught up in the moment. Feels good. I told my therapist lady the same thing. I'm like, I just go too hard.
Yeah.
When I like things, I just go hard.
I just like them a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, can't stop liking them. That's the addiction.
It's where it starts, but in this mindset, I'm not even like, I need this forever. I'm just like, oh, this is fun. I'm just having a good time.
Yeah.
That's why I just keep going. Because I'm like, I want this good time to keep going.
Yeah.
I know it's not going to forever. So I don't know what that is. Is that addiction? You think?
Just wanting the good time to keep going?
Yeah, because I want everybody to have a good time. That's why I like substances. I think that's why I'm so obsessed with them. Because they lubricate your brain and everybody has a good time. You know what I'm saying? Everybody drinks a little bit together and it's a good environment. It's fucking fire-ass time. That's why I like substances.
Yeah, it's a good time, but they don't exist without bad times. That's the problem I think I'm having. Obviously, I want good times, too. I'm not saying we need bad times.
Chance wants all the bad times.
I don't want any bad times. But I'm saying, well, do you need bad times to have good times? How do you know, know it's a good time without having the perception of what is bad? How do you scale it then?
Well, let me ask you a question.
Good time. If old time is good time, that's just old time.
I've been asking him
never
the
good.
same question, but I think I just came up with the answer after you asked me that.
What's
I think
that?
I just had a revelation. You study fucking history. How do you know that you improved from who you were before?
Yeah.
You look back on your
Yeah.
past and you're like, okay, I'm not that same piece of shit that I was before. And that's what I say too when I look back on myself. So if the human race just, we fucking drill history into everybody's head. Look what the fuck happens when you don't act this certain way and have certain moral values and virtues and be a good fucking loving person.
Yeah.
And we drill that into people's head at a young age.
It kind of points at
Doesn't
it
that
without
fix
pointing
us?
at it.
And we
It's
continuously
supposed to.
improve.
It's supposed to.
Like, obviously we'll have the oddballs, but
yeah. I don't know how much of history is like real.
I mean, it's just a suggestion, obviously. Because there's that old quote that the victors won, or the victors write the history. Yeah. You don't hear about the fucking people who were destroyed. It kind of brings our point back to yesterday about the Library of Alexandria.
Yeah.
Because if we didn't destroy that shit, we'd have so much knowledge. So that's how they put how to build the pyramids and shit in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's insane. How do you think they did it?
Built the pyramids?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's something to that vibrational frequency thing.
You think they know, like...
Because, like, you ever see those videos of the hot tubs filled with sand?
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they start
yeah.
vibrating
Yeah, and
turns
it's
into
almost
water,
turned...
basically.
Yes!
Yeah. That's what gets me like, oh, shit. That could probably been manipulated in a certain way.
I think the
If
same
you need
way.
to send stones and you just turn it into water, can't you just... Won't it float down? Like, if you make the sand into water, basically, and you got to send
That's
a
how
stone
you could
500
push
miles.
it. Yeah, you're right. And then what about lifting it?
If it's in water, isn't it heavier? Isn't the sand carrying most of it? All you got to do is kind of propel it up. Like, how hard is it to push something heavy in water?
But all the way up to the top is what I'm saying. All the way to the top of the pyramid. Because what
I
I'm
don't know.
thinking is, like...
you ever been on a boat that breaks down and you gotta like kick to get it to move? You still move it because the water isn't like acting against you. It's just kind of inertia. So it's just like whatever you put force wise into it, you're getting out of it.
So you think they're using the sand to push it up?
Yeah, that's the problem with going up, because water doesn't go up. So naturally the sand would fall down.
What if you use air? Because that's what they use in those hot tub videos, right? Air? To
Yeah, they
fucking
like
it.
turn the jets on basically.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they use air and a frequency, turn it to a liquid, but also push it in a certain direction, almost as if it's like a magic dust.
Yeah, you make a current that goes up. You're saying?
Mm-hmm, and then it can push a heavy block up and
How do you
place
propel the current?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's a toughie.
A
Because
tube of some sort.
the way we think of it is like industrial revolution. Like something
Mm-hmm.
has to explode. Like something's got to propel it this way. Something's got to enter and exit, basically.
What I want to know is, like, what I was going to ask you before is, do you think it's like a machine that's making a frequency, or do you think it's humans?
It's not our version of a machine. Well, that's a good question too. If,
I
if
wonder.
it is a machine, it's not our version of a machine, or it could be humans.
So I wonder if humans, if we band together, like you see in a church and shit, or group thinking or some shit like that, maybe if we band enough minds together, we can, like, I mean, hold on. Let's just talk on a purely physical plane, right? Let's talk about Joe Rogan. Look how many minds he banded together through the internet. That changes the way of thinking and the way of existing, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's culture. It adjusts culture. in
You
a
think
scale.
that it could... It's literally mind over matter, almost. If you get enough humans, right?
Yeah, it's always been mind over matter. You have to make a decision to do something to your body.
Not just
Which
that,
is
but
like
you have
the
to
matter.
fight against the opposing forces.
That's why thoughts aren't. That's why thoughts are like a physical thing that you can measure. Because a thought occurs to you, you may or may not act on it, but if you act on it, then that thought becomes a physical thing. If I'm like, I want to stand up, and then I stand up, now that thought is a physical thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Like, thoughts can occur to you, and when you don't judge them and you just watch them, you let them pass by. That's like mindfulness. When you attach to them, that's like your ego. Someone's defending it. You know.
How many
It's
thoughts
a bunch
worry
of
you?
factors. Yeah, you're attached to something. You're worried.
No, I'm
about
asking you a question.
something. What?
How many thoughts worry you? Like, what the fuck is that?
How many thoughts was I?
Worry you.
Worry me.
Some that, like, scare you. Like, why is that in my head?
Oh.
You think you get those throughout the day?
Oh yeah, anxiety. That's anxiety.
No, like,
Like how many?
Just weird
how many
shit is what I'm saying.
How
Shit.
many a day? A lot.
I get weird shit.
A lot happens to me.
Weird ass thoughts pop in my head.
I probably have some sort of anxiety to some sort because I get worried about shit all the time.
But I ain't even talking about anxiety. I'm just talking about like, I don't know.
That is worrying about like a thought. Or
It's
like,
not even worrying. It's just like,
worrying
what
about
if a
something
donkey?
that hasn't happened.
What if a donkey fucked a piece of corn or some shit? That's what I'm talking about. Does your brain just get like random thoughts that don't even make any sense, and it's like, what the fuck is that?
Not a whole lot. Usually, I'm pretty.
My brain
realistic.
always gets thoughts like that.
You got an imagination on you, boy.
It's not even imagination. It's just autism.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
My brain retarded.
I'm getting tired.
We can, Andrew.
All right. You hit that button. Love you guys.